YouTube, this is Andrea here, and welcome to an all-new mini album. We are going to be working on a new one. Excuse me. I have real bad allergies, so please forgive me. These are the basics you're going to need. You're going to need a pair of scissors. You're going to need fabric glue and then paper glue. You are also going to need some foam tape. I got this big roll at the Dollar Tree for $1, and they sell the same thing at Walmart for $5.99. You're going to need double-sided sticky tape. I have 1/8, 1/4, and 1/2. You don't have to have all those. You can have like maybe 1/4 and cover up 1/2-inch marks. It's up to you. You're going to need a bone folder, a pencil. Put these away. A pokey tool, which is also known as a piercing tool. An X-Acto knife. That away. Put those away. I like to use this glider. If you don't have this one, say you have something else like a handheld one, a little tiny one, use that. But make sure it's permanent tape. Okay? Here's our ruler. I love this ruler because it's so bright and really pops off on the paper, so I don't have to go looking for it, versus, you know, a ruler like this where it kind of blends in a little bit. Or orange is my favorite color, and you already knew that. Okay, you're going to need a scoreboard. Now, if you don't have a scoreboard, you can hand fold. It's just so much easier to have a scoreboard, especially when you're trying to mark. So for instance, you have your ruler, put it down on a piece of paper, and you want to go 1/8 of an inch, you'll score that. Then you go 1/4 of an inch, you'll score that. 1/2 an inch, and then 1 inch, right? And they say score on the 4-inch mark. Okay, great. So you score on the 4-inch mark. You still got to go back and fold all that. But you have to have something that gives you the grooves to score in. So I have a small one and a large one. And believe me, I use both. Okay, this is the paper we're going to be using this time, guys. I love, love, love this paper. I got it in a D-stash with the Eclectic Crafter, and this one is called the Coral Couture Stack by DCWV. And then we're also going to be using Stack 9 by DCWV. It's got some really pretty papers in here that's going to go with the Coral Couture, and we're not going to use all the papers, of course, just those that match what we're working on. But this is got some pretty paper. See, this one is perfect. Look at that. Okay, so that's the extra one in case we run out of this one, which I have had that happen to me in the past. Okay, let's take a look at the Coral Couture. All right, see how gorgeous that is? Who could pass that up? I could not pass up that D-stash. So gorgeous. If you're interested in D-stashes, check out Eclectic Crafter. And if I'm saying it wrong, I apologize, but I will put a link down below for you to check her out. Look at this gorgeous paper. And it has glitter on it, as well as foil. And there's only like maybe 4 or 5 of these out of a 48 pack. So not too many on the solid color, but that's why we're using that Stack 9 as well. Very, very gorgeous. Check these cutouts out. We're going to cut these out and we're going to mat them on black. This is beautiful. It's orange with foil polka dots. Not polka dots. Polka dots. Gorgeous. And gorgeous. Alright, this is our next mini album. So hang on and I will get our chipboard out and we'll get to work on that. Alright, we are back to make our beginnings of our mini album. We have our Tyvek. Then we have two black papers to go with our Tyvek to cover it up. Our front and back covers are 6 by 8. And then our spine is 3 by 6. And that's because this book is going to go like this. So we're going the long way. Just like so. So let's get this put together. You guys know how it goes. You place your two side pieces like so. And you don't want to leave too much room. You only want to leave enough room so that these fold up like so. So when you let them come back down, they should look like that. Just like so. Okay? So let's get our Tyvek first. Our pokey tool. I've already taped this up to get it prepared. So let's remove our tape backing. Sorry about the sirens. I can't control them. I wish we had better soundproofing, but we don't. Maybe one of these days I might win the lottery and get a soundproof little building to put in the backyard. Okay. I use double-sided sticky tape on this, the 1/2 inch. You of course can use anything you want. If you want to use wet glue, I use a combination of the two when I'm putting these down. Pretty much when I put anything down. Okay, this one goes on top of this paper, so let's go ahead and put that up first. Whoop. Make sure you get that on straight. If you don't get nothing else on straight, let this be the one. Okay. Now we need to score this. And I want to score it right down the middle. Whoop. Going wild with my bone folder. Once you get that scored, go ahead and roll it, and then score from the opposite side, and you'll see the line here that you need to score on. Just press really firmly. one. Pressing really firm. Alright. Do the same thing on this side. Just fold it. And what you're doing is you're breaking up those fibers, loosening them up so that they can go in and out like so, without causing any breakage. Okay, set that aside. Get this back here. Remove the tape backing here. This way we kind of kill two birds with one stone. We got this already on our paper. Our paper fits nicely, and we're not having to cut the black cardstock to the size while it's on the book. Okay, that's our tape backing. And I'm going to try to leave about 1/8 of an inch. So what you can do is just put it on your small piece first. Line up that. Okay, before I do that, I want to put a little bit of wet glue because I want it to stay forever. And this wet glue that I'm using is what's it? Fabriflex, and it actually adheres to the Tyvek, because the Tyvek, of course, is a fabric, or like a fabric. It has fabric properties. Okay. Now we can bring it over to here. You're going to place this way, the long way. Bring it in, leaving that 1/8 of an inch. Make sure this is straight. Make sure it goes in straight. Because we don't want the main part of the book to be crooked. You just don't want that. Now, let's trim this, just like that. Okay. Okay. Now this will fold in. It will go back as well, because we left that gap. There we go. Perfect. Now we gotta add in this side. Okay, let's place our Tyvek on our black paper. Off we go, guys. Off we go. Alright. My little owl friend is out. He's out a little early tonight. Or maybe I'm up a little late, I don't know. Now we're going to do the same thing here, except for let's put it on this side first. Now, go ahead, face this towards me. I can get this on like I would like. Ooh. Wow, woman with that glue. Okay. Stick it all the way to the edge. Press that back piece down. Okay. Then let's get this one on here. Darn it. Almost had it. Okay, there we go. Okay. Perfect. I like that. Even our spine looks good. Okay. Now we need just a couple of more scrap pieces to fill this in on the inside. Let's see here. Need to trim this a little bit. All trimmed off. All right. I'm going to look through my scraps to look for a piece to go on the inside. You guys know I have a bazillion scraps. Let's see here. These two might work just fine. Oh yeah, perfect. Okay. So what I want to do is take this and score it, then wrap it around like so. So it will go a little on each side. Okay. Let's go ahead and, I think we can score it right here. Let's see. Okay. Go ahead and cut it a little longer than usual. Yeah, perfect. Go ahead and fold that over and burnish it. Then fold it again and burnish that. Now you're going to take your fabric or your Fabri-Fix or any other glue. This side you can use any glue you want. Just remember, don't put any directly on the score line. Okay. Burnish that down if you need to. Again, at the bottom part as well. Okay. Turn it over, and you're going to do the same for the other side. I'm going to use a sharper one because this line is a little shallower, not as deep as the other one. Okay. Cut that piece off. Put those in your scrap box. And bind that and score the rest of the paper. Okay. Now you're going to burnish that down. Like so. Opener and burnish this side. Now you're going to use your glue, and you're going to not oversaturate, but saturate enough so that your glue sticks down, doesn't pop up on you. Don't put it on the score line. The glue, don't put the glue on the score line. You put your paper on the score line because that's where you want it to go. Score line to score line. Okay. Fold that over. And the same with this one. Go ahead and fold it over. Now, if you have a covering for the front of your book and the back, this is the time to do it. And I'm going to not use the vinyl this time. I'm just going to go ahead and leave it black. Or matte black, I should say. The vinyl was a shiny black. Alright, let's start on our pages. So, need a few of these. First, we are at a 6x8. So I will probably want 5 3/4 by 7 1/2. 5 3/4 by 7 1/2. So let's see how that works out. 5 3/4 by 7 1/2. Don't forget to add your extra 1/2 inch on the long side, because these are 6x8. So you want to make sure that you have, instead of 7 1/2, that you have 8, because you're going to do a score line and then a flip. Alright, let's get our, what do I say, 5 3/4 by 7 1/2 or 8. So here's our 8. Hopefully that's the right one. Okay. I hope so. We'll find out, won't we? There's our 8. And we need our 5 3/4. 1, 2, 3, right there. It's a quarter away from the 6. Take a sip of coffee, and we're going to cut this down and see how we did. There's numero uno sheet, and we're going to score it at 1/2. Okay. Fold that over. And put that next to the score line. Oh, guys, we're perfect. We are perfect. We are a 1/4 inch from the top and the bottom is equals a 1/4 inch, and then we are 1/2 inch here. So this gives us our 7 1/2, and this gives us our 5 3/4. Yay! So you want to cut your sheets at 5 3/4 by 8. Then you're going to score at 1/2 inch on the long side. Okay, guys? So that's what you're going to do. Make, let's see, 1, 2, 3, 4. So you're going to be able to get 5 or 6. I'm going to make 6 just in case I can get that 6th one in. But you make, if you want, between 5 and 6. I will see you at the next video. Have a great day. Bye.